Chapter 5. Mom was admitted to the emergency room with a stomachache. A doctor came to have a look at her and exclaimed, "Oh my God, this woman isn't fat, she is having a child." 5 minutes later, Mom was lying in a bed on the second floor. Another doctor came in.
Ms. Rotaru?
Yes?
My name's Dr. Doctor. I will be the one monitoring your birth. Any questions?
Yes. Is your name really Dr. Doctor?
Oh, yes. I decided to change my name when I became a doctor. You know how it is. You are a doctor. You get married to the job,
he said, and laughed at his own joke.
But seriously, why haven't I heard of you before? According to the papers, you live nearby.
Yes.
You like saying yes, huh? Quick question.
Yes?
Could not think of a good joke. So, why haven't you been here before?
He said, and suddenly seemed grave.
We could have helped you, if you had gotten here earlier.
I did not want to know anything about the child, my mother panted. They kept asking if it was a boy or girl, and then I just made up that it was a boy, and showed ultrasounds I found on the internet. Mom said and grinned from the pain. The doctor looked at the clock to count the contractions. Then he looked at Mom.
You remind me of a cancer patient we had a few years ago. As soon as she got her diagnosis, she went into denial and refused all treatment. She died a year later.
Are you saying I'm going to die? Because it sure feels like that.
No, you are not going to die. I will personally see to it. I am simply saying that you should have realized that you were having a baby when the water broke,
the doctor said, and looked at the clock again.
Is there anyone we should call?
Yes, his adoptive parents. They probably want to know. It hurts so bad.
Breathe through this. Slowly. It's laughing gas. Will help ease the pain. Good. Here's the deal. You've opened 8 centimeters. It isn't enough for the baby to come out, but we're almost there. I'll send for a midwife and come back later, okay?
No. You can't leave me here. She tried to get out of bed. I'll die if you leave me here.
Relax, the doctor said. Breathe through the mask. That is right. In and out, in and out. Everything is going to be fine.
No, you don't get it. I never wanted to become a mom, but even if I give this child to someone, I would still be a mom when it comes out. I don't want it to come out. I just want to go home. In that moment, a new contraction kicked Mom in the guts.
Relax, the contraction will be over soon. Look at the clock. Look at the clock. Do you see the second hand? Right. Now the contractions last 70 seconds. We have to count together. 61, 60, 59, 58.
What? My mom said, all dizzy from the laughing gas, as she held the mask to her face.
Well, counting is obviously not your strong side. Miss Rotaru, stay with me. Only 40 seconds. 30. Breathe through the mask. Just keep breathing through the mask. 10 seconds.
And then he could see how she relaxed.
How about this? Next time you get a contraction, I will tell a joke, and if you laugh, you promise to stay? Because I can't have you running after me. I've been drinking 3 cups of coffee and have to go to the bathroom.
Do you promise I will laugh?
Yes. Just keep breathing through the mask, and I promise you'll laugh, the doctor said.
Okay. If you make me laugh, I promise I'll stay. It starts. Mom inhaled again.
3 pairs of underpants complained about that customers tried them on even though it was forbidden. Oh, you should have seen this guy. It was so disgusting. He had hemorrhoids. That's nothing, said a different pair of underpants. Yesterday, a senior tried me on. He pulled me all the way up to the belly button. So, dude, old people should never wear string. Everybody knows that. While they were talking, a woman and her son walked up to the shelf. They looked at all the underpants in boy sizes. Well, the mother said, which one was it? I do not know. Her son replied, think hard, which underpants were you wearing? I can't remember, her son said. This is so embarrassing. I can't believe this happened again. Was it this one or that one? You have to help me. I don't know which one it is, but I can't remember. Her son said, I think they had red and green dinosaurs. There were no underpants with red and green dinosaurs. His mother whispered and grabbed hold of the boy. As they were leaving and walked out from the store, the boy suddenly lit up and said, "Mom, now I remember. I left my underpants in a different store." The other doctors looked puzzled, while Mom and Dr. Doctor entered the men's room. "Okay," Dr. Doctor said. "You wait here. This will be just a second."
Okay.
"Good," Dr. Doctor said, and locked himself in one of the stalls. While she could hear how everything poured out from Dr. Doctor's butt, Mom looked around at all the other doctors. They looked strangely at her. On a sign by the sinks it said, "All medical personnel are required to wash their hands." Then a new contraction began.
Doctor, 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 Doctor,
she said with tears in her eyes.
It's starting again.
"I'm a little busy right now. Surely there must be some other you can ask. Jerry? Yeah? Can you take care of her? She needs some good old everything's fine. Everything is gonna be fine." "I'm on it," a guy with big glasses said, and started patting Mom on the head. There, everything is going to be fine."
I'm not a child,
Mom said and shoved away Jerry.
I want Dr. Doctor to say it.
There, she heard from inside the toilet stall. "Everything is going to be fine." Then she heard Dr. Doctor flush a second time. He had managed to clog the toilet. Mom slumped against the door until she sank to the floor. The pain had gotten worse. Luckily, she had like 8 different doctors leaning down over her, asking, "Are you okay? Is there anything we can do to help? Your tattoos are so cool. What's the meaning of them?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I just really could use a drink right now,
she said and laughed dry. "You want a drink? What? Do you want a drink?" one of the doctors said and pulled out a bottle of whiskey. Mom took the bottle and looked at the doctors. "One little sip does not hurt the baby. Go ahead," he said. "Have as much as you want."
Okay.
"Ms. Rotaru?" Dr. Doctor knocked on the door. "Ms. Rotaru, you have to move. I can't open the door." The whole thing developed into a big circle, where all the doctors were drinking with each other.
Wait, so let me get this straight.
My mom said, drunk.
You all meet here a couple of times every week to have a drink?
Yes, well, it's normally a strict man's club, but this is the men's room after all. That made Mom laugh. She loved the idea of this secret male society you heard whispers about. And then they met in the men's room. That turned out to be the men's bathroom.
So what do you actually do in here?
The doctors looked at each other. I don't know, really, one doctor said. Sometimes we spy on the girls in the ladies' room. One of the doctors removed one of the tiles on the wall, revealing a small hole you could peek through. Normally the girls from the cafeteria come up to the toilets at this time to smoke a cigarette. Of course, it is forbidden, but that makes it feel as if they are cool girls from high school. And they probably were 10 years ago, the doctor said, peeking through the hole, while all the other doctors looked at Mom as she made out with one of the older doctors. After a long make-out session, due to popular demand, it was finally time to push. Lily and Carl had not shown up yet. They had been so happy that they had begun to party in the waiting room, shouting, "We're getting a son! We're getting a son!" So now they had been admitted to the emergency room downstairs for alcohol poisoning and would have their stomachs pumped. I remember that I was holding on to the womb, and when Mom began to push, I made myself as big as I could. I held on to the pelvis with such force that my mother screamed,
Stop! Stop! Oh God, he's killing me!
Dr. Doctor wanted to perform an emergency C-section, but Mom refused. She was not going to be cut open, so they'd have to find another way to get me out. They called in the best and brightest minds in the hospital. Yua Star, Executive Administrator. Outside the box, Joseph, Doctor. And then there was Corona, frequent flyer patient. When too many patients had died last winter, because of some multi-resistant bacteria that were spread between the wards, it had been Yua's idea that they simply not report the deaths. You can do that, the chief physician had asked. Of course, Yua said. Instead of 25 deaths this week, we could just report 15. And if a reporter shows up, we'll just deny everything. That is a brilliant idea, Yua. After she'd been promoted, the hospital had won several prestigious awards, including the largest reduction in patient injuries and the highest survival ratio for cancer patients in the world.
Several foreign delegations had come to the hospital to see how they worked, and were very impressed. Outside the box Joseph, or Joseph for short, was perhaps not the best doctor, but liked to try things that were outside the box, when all the other doctors had given up. And he had this motto that he always used to say when he tried to convince patients with terminal cancer that they should stop to smoke. Well, at least it does not hurt to try. And then there was Corona, who always seemed to find a parallel to the breakup with her boyfriend.
Oh, this is bad. This is really bad,
Yua said, running around while Doctor tried to explain everything to Corona.
So the baby's still inside and doesn't want to come out, and the mom doesn't want to get a C-section?
Yes.
Oh, it's a tricky one.
Corona said.
But in a weird way, this reminds me of the breakup with my boyfriend.
She is going to die here, and I cannot dispose of any more bodies this week.
Hello? Mary? I have to ask you a favor. Do you have space in your freezer?
Hey? Hello? I know you all think this is outside the box,
Joseph said.
But have you tried to talk with him?
What do you mean?
You want to talk with the baby? Yes.
Okay.
Yua said, like, if the idiot wants to try, he can try.
Hi there, little guy,
Joseph said, and kneeled down so that he could talk with me.
Are you okay in there?
Yeah,
Miss Rotaru,
Yua said.
I understand it's not optional to cut you up, but do we have to get the baby out in one piece? I am just asking so I know which conditions we have to work with.
It's optional.
Okay.
Yua lit up all right, and then it looked like she was thinking about something. Maybe there was a chance after all. Joseph glared suspiciously at Yua. This thinking outside the box was supposed to be his thing. He looked at me again.
Why don't you want to come out?
I just don't want to.
Why not?
I don't know. It just seems so pointless, you know? Go to school just so that you can get good enough grades to study at the university, get a job, find a girlfriend, start a family, get up every morning just because your children have to go to school so that you later can retire and die. And it's... No one has asked me what I want. You know what I mean? They are all talking about these important decisions that will affect me, but they haven't even bothered to ask what I feel. It all just feels very selfish to me.
What do you mean?
Well, I never asked to be born. If I could make the decision, I would never be born.
Well, excuse me,
Mom said.
I didn't exactly want you either. The only reason why I didn't get an abortion was 'cause I thought you would be happy to be alive. Yua, you can go ahead and kill him now. With pleasure.
No, wait! I don't want to die!
So what do you want? You don't want to live and you don't want to die? So what do you want?
I just want to stay in here.
That's not an option,
Yua said, and snipped with the scissors.
One way or the other, you're coming out today. Let me talk with him,
Corona said.
Hello? Are you in there? When my boyfriend broke up with me, I felt so sorry for myself. I was just lying in bed. I did not want to go out. I did not even use heroin. That is how sad I was. But then, one day, I don't know, I got back my will to live. I started using heroin again, and after a while, it felt like I had gotten through it stronger. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think so. What is heroin?
Oh, it's the most amazing drug. It makes you feel like all worries, anxiety, and pain disappear. You feel such an intense well-being that you would give up anything to feel that way again. You would even sell your own mother.
I would sell my mother any day, I said. I just don't think I would get that much for her.
Hey! And the best part is that it doesn't even have any side effects, except of course the excruciating addiction, but who wouldn't want to be addicted to such an amazing feeling?
That actually sounds kind of nice. Can I also use heroin?
Well, yes, I just think there is an 18-year limit on heroin, so you would have to wait until you get 18.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Look, I'm tired of this,
Yua said.
If you do not come out right now, young man, you are in big trouble.
Okay, I'm coming out. Can I just ask for one thing?
What is that?
Can I just stay in here for a few more days? Just so I'm getting enough time to prepare myself and say goodbye?
And how do we know this isn't just a trick? and you will stay in there forever.
In return, I will hoist out the umbilical cord, so that you can cut it. If I stay in here for too long, I will starve to death."
I like that, Joseph said. Now we're really thinking outside the box.
And then all adults started speaking French so that I wouldn't understand. From time to time, they looked over at me. "Wait, so I could still drink, even if the baby is still inside of me?"
"Yes," one of the doctors said. "When the umbilical cord is cut, there's no connection between your blood and the baby anymore. You can drink as much as you want."
Everybody looked at one another. Outside the box, Joseph shrugged his shoulders.
"Well, it doesn't hurt to try."
Then everybody turned around to look at me. I'd squeezed out so they could see my face. "Okay," my mother said. "I agree."